back to Retrospect Reviews. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as I upload a new video every Friday. So in this episode, I thought I would answer a question that was asked to me a couple of days ago. The question was, what was the first computer that I had used? And now this doesn't include consoles. What they were referring to was an actual computer with a keyboard. So what was the first computer that I ever used? It was the Micro B. What is the Micro B? Let's find out.
In Australia in the 1980s, when microcomputers first began to appear in schools, there was a multitude of incompatible microcomputers seeking to enter the educational market. This presented a significant problem to the education authorities. How were all these types and makes of computers to be supported with professional development for teachers and suitable educational software? There was just not enough funds to support such a large range of computer systems, and the choices available to schools needed to be reduced. The first step to addressing this problem was for each state education department to recommend only those computers that it would support, later for both educational and industrial reasons. Australia investigated designing and building its own educational computer. All schools would be encouraged to use just this machine, making support very much easier and more effective. And so the Micro B was born. Originally released in February 1982, it was intended for the school market, but also had a wide and deep following amongst home users. The original Micro B computer was designed in Australia by a team including Owen Hill and Matthew Starr. The computer was originally released as a kit with assembly instructions included in Your Computer magazine in February 1982. But after a successful bid for the New South Wales Department of Education computer tender, the computer was repackaged in a two-tone beige and black case and sold pre-built. The 16 kilobyte of RAM held the MicroWorld Basic Interpreter written by Matthew Starr and the DGOS, David Griffith's operating system. In addition to the 16 kilobyte of RAM, there is an additional ROM socket for optional programs such as WordB, a word processing program. The original Micro B ran at a clock speed of 2 MHz with a video dot clock of 12 MHz, which was sufficient to display the 64 by 16 characters, or 512 by 256 pixels, on a modified television or composite monitor. The original machines were supplied with 16 or 32 kilobytes of static RAM and stored programs on cassette.
In 1984, my school got about 10 Micro Bs. These were set up in a room next to the library, and if you wanted to use a certain software, you had to go to the librarian who was in charge of the computer lab and request whatever program you wanted. You could have a word processing, a game, a math problem game, whatever you wanted at that time. We even did a little bit of basic programming. I remember having a book and we followed along and typed in. Nothing too exciting, just like simple programs like go to line 32 and so forth. I do remember using the word processor to write a couple of poems that went into a school magazine, which I'll put up here somewhere if you want to have a quick read of them. Not too complicated. Also, I do remember me and my friends playing a game called Shipwrecked Island. I think you could play up to about 6 players, and we used to all gather around one terminal and try to survive on this island. Our Micro Bs that we had at school, we had monochrome monitors, so we had like I think they were mostly orange, but I do recall one or two that might have been green. So yeah, we didn't have the coloured Micro Bs yet. I think they didn't really come about until I had moved on to high school 2 or 3 years later. So that was my first experience with a computer. Before that, my brother and me both had a Atari 2600 for a year or two, and I'm sure I went home and asked mum and dad for one of those, which, down the track I did end up getting a Tandy Coco 3. So if you like this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see further videos. I release one every Friday. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let us know what your first PC was. Was it the Micro B like me, or was it another computer, maybe the Apple II? Anyhow, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.